Months of preparation have come to this very moment. On Friday, July 15th, 2022, NR Thunder will release to the public, and yes, this is a free-to-play stock car style game available on Roblox. Multiple tracks ranging from short ovals, super speedways, intermediates, and road courses, as well as over 200 paint schemes to choose from, car customization, a grinding system, and so much more will have you dialed in to go wheel to wheel with this new racing experience. With that being said, it's time to talk about every single track, feature, and more that the game has to offer. Starting off, NR Thunder will have two forms of currency that you can use to purchase paint schemes. The first form is called Thunder Coins. You can acquire Thunder Coins by buying them in the shop by hitting the Buy Thunder Coins tab, or earning them by completing races in Race Now. The next set of currency is the flag system. The only way you can earn flags is to win races in Race Now, where you'll be given one flag per win. Both Thunder Coins and flags will be used to unlock certain schemes in the shop. Speaking of the shop, let's head in now and check out the paint scheme tiers the liveries are all categorized in. The cheapest schemes will be in common, where schemes cost 100 Thunder Coins or one flag depending on the scheme. Listed schemes will cost 300 coins or 3 flags. Rare schemes will cost 600 coins or 6 flags. Elite schemes will cost 1,000 coins or 10 flags. Legendary schemes will cost 1,500 coins or 15 flags. Mythic schemes will cost 200 coins or 20 flags. And exotic schemes, which house the rarest schemes in NR Thunder, are only obtainable by purchasing with flags and cost ranges between 21 to 200. All exotics are gold schemes, with their primary counterparts being available in common to mythic, and the rarest scheme in the game is the golden petty, which you can unlock for 200 flags. Let's head over to settings, where you have 3 options. Performance mode, which takes out shadows and foliage to help improve performance for low-end devices. Music toggle on and off, and name tags to toggle on and off for Race Now. And all of these settings features will be available for Xbox, PC, and mobile versions of NR Thunder. For the ones that are wondering, all of the music in NR Thunder is royalty free, with some having certain commentary moments from myself broadcasting NR Night in America. Into my career, you can see your all-time Race Now stats and inventory of every scheme you own in the game. The stats include wins, top 3s, and races ran. After heading through my career, we're gonna head to practice, which definitely should not be overlooked by any first-time players. Certain tracks at NR Thunder take time to learn when it comes down to braking zones, which lane is the most dominant, as well as understanding how the cars handle when the tires wear off. And the perfect place to experiment is here in practice, where you can learn, get more experience without affecting your win-to-loss ratio or hurting your own on-track consistency. Practice is simple. When you join in, you pick a scheme from any of the cars you have purchased in the store, or one of the 43 base schemes that you automatically have and are free to all. You then spawn into a pit box and proceed onto the track. Once you complete laps, you can check out the leaderboard, which is located at the bottom right of your screen. From there, you can see your latest lap times to check for consistency, or your fastest lap times to see where your speed lines up with everyone else in the lobby. Every racetrack in NR Thunder will be available in the practice mode and will be the best place to go ahead and get faster. Now, time for the most important feature of NR Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. It's Race Now. This is where you can go head-to-head with your friends and other players to earn Thunder Coins and flags. Race Now also has private lobbies where you can go head-to-head with your friends. A big request by a lot of viewers were to have private lobbies in NR Thunder, and that will be available on launch for you to go head-to-head with your friends. After clicking Create Server, a code at the bottom of your screen will pop up. From there, you will give your friends and fellow competitors the code. After that, you will all click Join Lobby and enter the code that was created, which will then send you all to your private server. Private server players can also earn Thunder Coins as well as flags, but only with 6 or more players to prevent farming. In private lobbies in Race Now, you will be able to vote for the next track from 3 options. From there, you will be able to select a car and grid up for the race. The laps will vary depending on the track size. A road course race will house 5 laps. Super speedway races will be 10 laps. And short tracks will be a 20-lap race. Troll prevention systems will also be in place in Race Now. If you try to go backwards, you will be kicked from the game entirely, and a vote to kick system will be in place just in case anyone tries to purposely wreck others. You can't have a racing game without any racetracks. Let's dive into every single one of them. Welcome to Dixie Superspeedway. Dixie Superspeedway is just one of 3 superspeedways in NR Thunder, and its real-life inspiration comes from Talladega. This track is fast, wide, and you can run it full throttle, but when in the draft, you definitely have to let off from keeping it from running into the back of other drivers. Superspeedway racing in NR Thunder is super fast-paced, so when it comes down to this high-banked, wide super speedway, big runs that will be generated may cause incidents, so keep an eye out for the big one. Nothing like a track on the beach, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head to Sunset. Sunset Speedway takes a lot of inspiration from Homestead Miami Speedway and is considered one of the best tracks in this game. This track has multi-groove racing from top to bottom, and when the tires start to wear in, it's time to go ahead and adjust. Wheel-to-wheel racing, without a doubt, is going to be a common theme, including with the right drivers. Also, Sunset Speedway is known for its beautiful detail in this game, so get ready for a lot of viewers to vote for this track, not just for its great racing, but for its great scenery. Northern Mile, one of the more unique tracks in this game, as it has been taking inspiration from 2 racetracks. Northern Mile's racing surface takes a lot of inspiration from Dover, but the aesthetics of the racetrack take a lot from 80s Bristol. Just like Sunset, Northern Mile racing is absolutely fantastic, including when it comes down to driver skill. Without a doubt, these 2 tracks will go ahead and reward the drivers that are faster than others, and is a lot of fun to go ahead and run, including late in the race with tire wear definitely being a big factor. Time to turn right, but you have to head left first. Let's head to Cedar Raceway. Cedar Raceway originally was not planned to be an NR Thunder on launch, but changes definitely brought this track to the forefront to be the 10th track added to the system. This track has a lot of inspiration from Mid-Ohio, but runoff area, this track makes it very fast-paced and definitely a hotbed when it comes down to talent. Wheel-to-wheel racing for the long straights all the way up to turn 2 and a fast-paced turn 1 makes this track very difficult to handle, but if you know how to drive it, it is definitely a very rewarding racetrack. The opening laps here might be a little chaotic with drivers trying to make up as many positions as possible, but once things get strung out, it definitely turns into a time trial race where one error can make a big difference. Let's go grassroots racing. We're headed to Everglades. Everglades takes a lot of inspiration from Five Flags Speedway, but when it comes down to scenery, it is based in the swamp of South Florida. For the drivers that have ran here, the same response seems to be, is there really a best line at this track? Because sometimes it's the top and sometimes it's the bottom, sometimes it's the middle. It seems to change after every single approach. With a wide entrance into a corner and a tight stop on the top of the key, this racetrack is a multi-groove surface, and just because you took that line once doesn't mean it's going to work for the next lap. Also, this surface is very tough on tire wear, and with it being a very bipolar track, you can see a lot of comers and goers throughout the entire 20-lap race. Everything's bigger in Texas, and so are the super speedways. Ladies and gentlemen, let's head to Texas Fair. After multiple discussions on what type of racing Texas Fair should house, it came down to super speedway racing, with everything being grander in the Lone Star State. Unlike Dixie though, this track does seem to be better when it comes down to the bottom groove. This track is very wide but does not have the immense banking that Dixie has. Without a doubt, patience here is going to be big, but the big one can very easily become a common theme when racing around this track. Heading north, but still staying in the south, we're heading to Music City. This track takes a lot of inspiration from Nashville Super Speedway, but the big difference is how big the grandstands are. The grandstands here wrap around turns 1 and 2, and a lot of foliage with mountains in the background make this track as beautiful as it seems. The braking zones will definitely make the difference, with inexperienced drivers going right up against the outside wall and losing a lot of speed, while the drivers that have a lot of patience taking the braking zone well running through the center of the corner and getting all that speed off corner exit. The bump and run is definitely going to be a common theme here, and don't be surprised if other drivers lose their temper, as patience may run thin throughout a 15-lap race. Time to head to Georgia Motor Speedway. This track takes a lot of inspiration off of Atlanta Motor Speedway, but the old style aesthetic is definitely in tune to 1980s NASCAR. The racing here may be very tight, but lifting is something a lot will go ahead and underestimate. The draft will play a big role, but if you go ahead and try to take it flat out, you'll be heading right into that outside wall, so get ready for some drivers to underestimate turn 1 and 2, including on the start of the race. Tire wear may also have a big play in this as the race goes on, but when it comes down to setting up your line, get ready for certain drivers to take it easy on corner entrance and carry all that forward momentum down off corner exit. If you've been keeping up with NR Thunder, including since its early days of development, you've seen this track multiple times, but you haven't seen it retextured like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading to Arizona. Arizona takes a lot of inspiration from Sedona, but is definitely an interesting style racetrack. Very tight, very fast, very interesting, including when it comes down on corner exit, with a lot of drivers gassing it too early and ending up into the outside safer barrier. Another track where patience runs thin, but definitely multi-groove. We've seen drivers use the outside and the inside lane to try to gain an advantage, but when it comes down off corner exit, there's going to be a lot of tempers flaring when paint starts to trade. Without a doubt, Arizona will be a very fun track to try to go ahead and master, and will challenge your skills, including for the hardcore player of this game. Last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, Florida, USA. This track takes a lot of inspiration from Daytona International Speedway, but without a doubt, this will be the wildest super speedway in the game. The drafting at this track makes the style of racing here very, very wild and intense, including when it comes down off corner exit. 1 second you're making a move, and the next second you got to get ready to enter the corner. We've seen drivers have to go ahead and back up from running into the back end of others with speeds well over 200 miles per hour. Blowovers seem to be a common theme at tracks like Florida, Texas, and Dixie, but the thing is with Florida, it is definitely the tightest and shortest super speedway on the circuit, and the last thing you want to see is one car get sideways right in the middle of a pack. 10 different racetracks that you could go ahead and race at in NR Thunder, but if you're wondering why all these racetracks look different from previous videos, every single racetrack has been retextured and reimagined before launch to give you the best experience possible. Also, a detail that you should know, 10 drivers can race per lobby as well as private lobbies. And when it comes down to earning Thunder coins per race, if you finish last, you get just 1 Thunder coin, but if you win, you get 100 coins as well as 1 flag. Let me know what you think of the retextured tracks before launch down in the comments section below. Tracks that run races at night will have more grips than tracks that are raced in the day. With that being said, you may have to change your driving style when transitioning from one track to another when it comes down to the day or night cycle. There are 4 tracks in NR Thunder as of right now that have day and night versions, that being Florida, Georgia, Music City, and Northern Mile. For the player that plans on playing NR Thunder long term, new tracks and new car models are planned for expansion in the game. The first expansion that has already been greenlit has been the Gen 4 DLC, as well as 4 new racetracks will be added to the game as part of the expansion. What is also planned is over 150 new paint schemes on the Generation 4 stock car, and new paint schemes will be added in monthly for the next gen models. If you plan on playing the game on release, a launch day paint scheme will be given out for free, and it's under the Elite tier. This scheme is an NR Thunder number 75 that was originally ran by Tyler Tinsley, one of the devs for the game, in NR Night in America. Once again, this paint scheme will only be available on launch day, so make sure you log on and play NR Thunder on July 15th to get your free Elite paint scheme. NR Thunder will have a couple game passes. The first one will be the custom car customization game pass, where you can color your rims and add underglow to your car. The second and final game pass for launch will be a starter pack, where you will be given 500 Thunder coins as well as 2 paint schemes loosely based off the Nissan GTR and a Honda Civic stock car. The only way to buy Thunder Coins is in the store, located in the game's main menu, where you can also acquire bonus coins depending on the price you pick. NR Thunder will always be a game expanding and growing with new Race Now modes, free card DLCs, new paint schemes, and much more planned for the game's future. If you would like to stay up to date on everything the game has to offer, make sure you subscribe with notifications on, join the Discord or the game's group on Roblox. Both will be linked in the description below. Now it's your time to go ahead and have fun and race NR Thunder, a new free-to-play stock car style experience coming to the Roblox platform. Let me know what you think of the game down in the comments below. And from me and the entire dev team, we all hope you enjoy playing NR Thunder.